Okay, welcome back and well done. Hopefully now that you've got those bombs added into your game, and when you click on them the game restarts after they have a little look at the leaderboard. We're going to take this a little bit further now, and we're going to look to see how we can make the game even harder by using these bombs. Now, I posed a question to you in your workbook which asked you this, and you may have thought to yourself, well, what if we make the bombs move? And that would have been a good idea, and we can quite easily do that. But I would like to show you another way, and that is that we're going to add more bombs to the game as time goes by. So after a number of minutes or seconds, more bombs actually start appearing on the screen and eventually filling up the entire screen. So it would be a case of how much fruit can you get until all the bombs cover all the screen. Okay, now in order to do this, we're going to create what we call an alarm event. Now, we could create a new object in order for this to happen. So we could, just much like our object music, we could create a new object to put into our room that hasn't got a sprite. But whilst we've got our object music there, we might as well use this object in order to add this alarm event into our room. So if I double click on object music there, at the moment all it's doing is when the game loads, we're playing the sound. Now what I'm going to add into here is an alarm event. So what I do is I click on the main 2 tab here, and it's in my timing section, and you can see when we added the sort of the snooze there, the sleep Zs before, just to the left of that is set an alarm. So I'm going to drag that in under the play sound there. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set the number of steps. Number of steps is a way of counting how many seconds, and this will be how many seconds will go by until the next bomb appears on the screen. Now 30 steps is equal to 1 second, so I'm going to do it every 2 seconds, so I'm going to put in 60 steps there. And I'm going to call this alarm number 0, and so I'm just going to leave that alone and then press OK. Okay, so that initializes an alarm. So when the game loads, an alarm starts which actually counts down from 2 seconds or 60 steps. Alright, now I need to add an event which is actually the alarm itself. So I'm going to go down to add an event, and you can see here that alarm is there, and I'm going to click on that, and here is the alarm numbers that you could have selected in the previous step, and we had alarm 0, so make sure you click on alarm 0 there. Now what we want to happen when alarm 0 counts down to 2 seconds, the first thing we want to do is add another object bomb. Now I'm going to go across to my action tabs here, and I'm going to click back on main 1, and you can see here there's a section for objects, and the first little light bulb is create instance, so I can create another instance of the object bomb, and then I just drag that into there. Now you can see here that so when alarm 0 is counted down to 0, create a new object, and of course the object we want to create is the bomb. We don't need to set its location here because of course in our object bomb we actually set it to be random locations anyway, so it will remember that and it will apply that to that there, and then we click OK. The next thing we need to do in this section is we need to now set the alarm again, because otherwise it won't, because the initial alarm was set on the create game, it will only happen once, but what we want to do is once this object is created we want the alarm to go again, so after another 2 seconds it creates an instance of the object. So I'm just going to set alarm again here, and again type in 60 steps for 2 seconds. It's the same, it's alarm 0, and click OK. And that's pretty much it. It's a way of setting it up. So we'll just save this now, and then we'll run the game, and then let's see what happens here. So it's saving the executable. We're then loading up the game. Okay, so every 2 seconds now a new bomb should appear on the screen. So let's see what happens if I play this a little bit. Let's try and get some points and see if I can lose. So, oops. Okay, so you can see that I've had a few previous goes, and I can type in another name here. You can see that my top score so far is 300. Alright, and then we just close that down. Of course, that restarts the game, it restarts the music, it restarts the bombs, it restarts the fruit, and then we can go again. So, have a little bit of a go at that now. And when you're finished, just close that down. And then remember to add the print screen into your workbook.